who said they would, so that's good. It's so I have to say this. So Moonglade actually signed up to this tournament, and he also confirmed it. And then he remembered like last second that he was gonna because Moonglade lives in Australia, right? So it was gonna be
Oh,
like the
he's
middle of
in
night
Korea.
frame. Oh yeah, in Korea. But it was gonna yeah, regardless, that's about the same time. So it's gonna be like in the middle of the night frame. And then he remembered that he had to cast some event or something today or tomorrow for him, and so he had to pull out last second, or else he would have been dead.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Moonglade. He's actually a really nice guy, and he's a really talented Zerg player. But at any rate, hopping into this new game, this best of 3 semifinals match coming to a conclusion here in game number 3. We'll see which of these guys goes to the losers bracket and which continues on to the finals. For now, though, spawning in the top left corner of the map, he is the blue Zerg player, Buckfast.
He's been very impressive so far. Taking a game off RSVP is always impressive, and spawning in the bottom right corner in the very manly purple colors is RSVP.
RSVP, though, I mean, I don't want to... He kind of fucked up that cannon rush. It's kind of the bottom line. Like, I don't want to take away from Buckfast's victory. He actually did that really well, responding to that with the lings going across the map, not panicking, building that one spine crawler. He handled the cannon rush fantastically, but RSVP kind of fucked that up royally. He invested way too much into it. He wasn't ready at the back at home for the counterattack. So, I mean, Buckfast capitalized on a mistake, and that's what makes him a good player. Last game wasn't too one-sided either, but he did feel... It was like watching Red Bandit, you know, where the early game might be strong, but... You know, we see a lot of these Zerg players in Starbow not really have that macro for the late game. You know, you get the Hive Tech, great, but what good is it if you can't make anything?
Yeah, that's true. RSVP's been playing very, like, I don't know, he's the only Protoss player I see tries to go for cannon rushes in Starbow. And he did it a lot now. It seems like he I don't know, I don't want to judge or anything, but it seems like he's getting maybe a little bit rusty, and he just wants to, like, go back to some cheesy stuff. I don't know. I might be completely wrong.
We're seeing a lot more in regular StarCraft too, cannons being trendy. A lot of players are just finding good ways to use them, so we're going to see it once again. It's
brother.
in formation.
Here we go again.
Small shout out. Hang on, just one second. I got to get this out of the way before I forget. Small shout out to K-Boots. Apparently it's his birthday. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, K-Boot. I also want to give a huge shout out to my wife, who's been putting the kids to bed while I've been administering the tournament, because they were horrible tonight, just not obeying anything whatsoever. So
shout out to your
her.
shitty kids.
No, to the wife taking care of the kid.
I know. I'm just teasing. But okay, this guy's just gonna get canceled. A little early, I feel, but look at this, Zephyus. Look at this.
Here we go again. When you say look at this, I'm like, where is he actually looking? Because I have my own view, but I think I'm pretty sure what you're referring to right now. And this will not get spotted, though, I think. But no, I don't.
Last time it was spotted. That's why it's so easy to shut down. But what can you really do? I mean, in regular StarCraft 2, you see roaches come out of this, and they're unstoppable. And Starbow roaches are tier 2 units, not tier 1. Hydra's Den, not even really made at this point, so it's just gonna be lings coming out of this?
I think he's gonna make a queen and spawn creep and start making spine crawlers, since they're so strong early game compared to photon cannons.
That would be cool, yeah.
But it's, I kind of agree. This is, I could have gotten a little bit closer to the Nexus, but again, then he runs the risk of it being discovered more easily. This is one of those bases that we can hide stuff really easily because that main base is so big. I actually remember a Brood War game on this map, where if you look at like the high ground area around the natural, there's like the destructible debris there, and they were like stacked temples or something in Brood War, and some guy managed to build a hatchery on that other side and put a Nidus canal up there to put his whole army there. It was even versus Flash, I think. It was crazy sick.
That would have been cool to see.
Because you have like Nidus worms being like a thing in StarCraft 2, but like using Nidus canals offensively in Brood War was like unheard of.
Well, Pylon's gonna go down here. This might buy him a little bit of time, but the second Pylon gets built up pretty quickly. This would be the time to pounce, I think. Put the Queen at the Enrage, position the Spine Crawler, shut this down, because the cannon will kill this. With his very long burrow time.
He doesn't really have to kill it, even though, like, that cannon doesn't do anything. Like, it's way out of position to do any damage, and the creep is already spread. Like, sure, he's gonna kill it, but it wasn't really that big of a deal.
I love the probe getting involved with the fight. He actually doesn't have enough energy to do Nurturing Storm again. Or, okay, he actually does. Take that back. Forgot that it's
Just,
not 50 or whatever.
Yeah, it's only 25.
I think.
Yeah, 25. Wow. So it's not that I usually don't know. It's just that we change stuff so much. I don't remember which iteration we're in.
Well, surprise! Main base. Finally, the lings are revealed, and the creep is starting to spread. There's a spy car out, as you predicted. As far as this goes, I mean, this is. I don't know that RSVP can deal with this, quite frankly. The lings he cleans up okay, but there's not going to be enough cannons out. There's not going to be enough anything out to deal with this.
But oddly enough, though, RSVP is actually going for a third base, and I don't know if this is a response or if he started that before he saw the creep going into his base, because just relocating is pretty much his best bet right now. Because he has that wall that is natural, that is fairly safe. So we might just see a really crazy ring around the roses game where they chase each other with buildings and spine crawlers.
This is such a weird thing to see, but I would be absolutely happy if that's how it ended up. The Queen's Rage does run out. Of course, it's quite strong, but yeah, more Zerglings heading across the map. The cannons have pretty much been dealt with at this point. How does he have vision of that? Seriously. Can you guys like get your high ground shit sorted, Zephyus? God damn it.
No. You have high ground vision or you can see what is attacking you.
I know.
I'm
just saying it looks hilarious to see though. Like the cannons shooting up, it's missing half of every shot. Like it's wow.
To me it looks.
Hang on, can we talk about how long this range looks? Like I know this is regular range on a spine crawler, but this looks absurd at the natural base of RSVP. What the hell?
Especially with the low ground there. Okay, hang on just a second. I just need to be administrator again. Someone just won a game, so I just...
Yeah, no, take care of that. Some lings in the middle of the map still tangling with the probes. He's realized where his opponent's evacuated to at this point. The Overlord sees it full and clear. The Zealots should be able to hold for the time being, and anything that does slip by the Zealots will be cleaned up by the probes, but... I mean, this is just such a wild and weird situation to see in the first place. Lings are actually running out of RSVP's natural here in a moment to go attack RSVP's third. Think about that for a moment, guys. The fact that this is where the production is coming out of his own main to attack him. As Spine Crawlers are finally going to finish this off. Is he going to expand? Oh my god, I think Buckfast is going to expand RSVP's base. He's mining at least.
Would be a good expansion to take. It's pretty well defended.
I mean,
wow.
He doesn't want to go to the losers bracket, but if there's one player that could make it out of the losers bracket, it would be RSVP. So, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen this situation at Starbow. It's looking over to me though. What about you?
It's pretty crazy. I don't think I've seen this before either. At least not exactly this. I remember, you know, the Red Bandit going for that proxy hatchery versus RSVP on.
Yeah, but that was outside of the base, not inside of the base.
Yes, that's true. Is Buckfast gonna expand his natural as well? Like, I mean, RSVP's natural.
That's what I was saying. So. Like, it just makes more sense because it's closer to his opponent's newly found main. There's a lot of cannons here. There's no caging crystals, so you can't chrono boost the cannons, which kind of sucks.
Well, Buckfast has to get out of the I'm gonna cheese and kill my opponent and into the normal game, because if he just stops and thinks for a second, he's pretty much on 3 base, almost 4 base versus 1 base. And he has an okay Zergling army as well to deal with pretty much anything that RSVP can make right now, so he can just chill a little bit and tech and, you know, macro, and I think he's doing that right now. He doesn't have to try and get the Zerglings in there to kill the cannons. He doesn't have to. He can just contain and be happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because a lot of times you see this scenario and you talk about your opponent getting starved out, but what's really scary for RSVP is he actually doesn't have building space. He can't build a lot here, right? Like, you're not going to see 5 gateways because there's not enough surface area for it. I guess maybe you get 2 more here in the back, but yeah, this is such a weird scenario to be in, and it's quite frankly uncomfortable. Wasn't it? It was Ryung. Who was it? Ryung versus Innovation on this same map. We had that weird game. You remember that base to the south? Oh, I see you guys now have unbuildable rocks there, by the way.
Yes, we do. I remember watching that game and I was thinking, oh no, we messed that one up, didn't we?
Oh, well, Andromeda is the map for weird games for certain. At least 2 times now. God, I can't remember how many. There's so many hatcheries on the map, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he still hasn't taken RSVP's main. I thought he was going to do that, but he doesn't really need it right now. He already has 3 bases, and he's getting a lot of Hydrolisks with a lot of Hydro upgrades, which is perfect at the time. He's also checking all over the place for hidden expansions from RSVP, because he knows the only way he can stay in this game is taking like weird expansions, and he's doing a good job making sure that doesn't happen. But it's like, what can RSVP do from here? It's like, it seems like he's just gonna go for a lot of speed lots.
Like, okay, like I know I'm not the Starbow expert here, but it feels like ground units wouldn't be the way to go here. Like, maybe go for some air, go for something sneaky with like Reavers or something. But I mean, like, I don't feel like Zealots are gonna cut it. Your opponent's got. You have to assume your opponent's taking your old bases, right? Like what he saw was. I actually saw the hatchery at the natural. So like you have to assume your opponent's on about 4 bases at this point, which is not the case. But you know, Gateway Army, will it cut it?
Well, here we go though. He's gonna try and reclaim his own natural, and he might just do it. He has a good number of Zealots there, and they have speed. He's gonna get down the Spine Crawlers. He's probably gonna get the hatchery, but in the meantime, though, Buckfast is finding a hidden expansion of RSVP, and that's actually a lot bigger punch in the face for RSVP than it is to Buckfast to lose this space.
Is it really a hidden expansion though? I mean, honestly, at this point, it's the only place he could expand to. It's like a normal expansion for a weird, abnormal game.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a natural expansion if you would spawn on the middle right side of the map, I guess.
Okay, so
and then Buckfast is taking the middle just for good measure.
Why not? You know, there's 2 geysers there. It's a rare thing to see.
Why take his own natural when he can take the middle base?
Right, like that's what's blowing my mind here. He even took the stupid base that has no gas geyser instead of his own natural. Like that's whatever. Hydros will eventually be able to clean this up. The drones have been pulled, but I mean, he only lost a couple of games. It's not really too devastating, but yeah, on the ramp, not the best place for fighting. I think that one Zealot ate like 7 shots at 1 HP. That high ground advantage, man. That chance to miss.
It's great, isn't it? No, but I just love the defender's advantage in this game. I just love the comeback potential and the fact that you don't have to have an army that's bigger than your opponent's to stay alive. You just need a good position, and I really like that. I guess it's partly the same in StarCraft 2, but not as much as it is here.
No, I would agree. It's more so Cyberware. This is what I was talking about. Like, I just really don't feel like Gateway units are the way he's gonna break this game. I mean, there's just
no. When you had like
fights, right? But that's it. There's small fights.
Yeah, when you had like that number of Zealots and he was doing the small skirmishes, like you said, he was fine. But now the Hydra numbers are just gonna snowball, and he needs Storm or Reavers or something, probably Storm, to deal with these numbers of Hydras. And he just can't do it off of one base. He's finally getting Templar Archives, but it's gonna be way too late. I don't see any way RCP can get out of this game, but if he can pull it off, man, that'd be incredible.
This is still the problem I was talking about before too. One thing I would love to see, honestly, lurkers, because you know what? There's no room for an observatory. He actually doesn't have the surface area to build a robo facility and an observatory.
And he's sniping the cannons too, and he doesn't have a forge. Yeah, but he doesn't really need lurkers though. He just needs tons and tons of Hydras, and he's just fine.
No, I'm just like if you put down like 18 lurkers outside this tiny choke with no detection, just laugh, have a good time.
Yeah, that's definitely a GG.
Does RCP know about the middle base? He will now. He sees the adrenaline creep. But yeah, let's go be bleeding out. This is, you know, I don't know who Buckfast is, but I'm really glad I got to beat him today.
Buckfast is a really accomplished Starbow player. I saw his on the Starbow ladder. You can like go look at their history and who they've beaten and stuff, and he's got an impressive record. So
yeah, well, I mean, like,
there we go. GG.
Yeah, GG. We didn't get to see him for season 1 at all, but I'm really glad he showed up now for season 2.